was a white mule that he used to ride on, a coat of armor that he used to wear, a cloth that he used to cover himself with, and a bowl that he used to eat from. And he said, give this to the Ibn Sabil. Give this to a wayfarer. So the Prophet ﷺ, he did not die owning property to be distributed to his family and his relatives, because he said, verily, a prophet has no inheritance. Subhanallah. And when the Prophet ﷺ was on his deathbed, he was dying. He was in the house of Aisha radiallahu anha. And he would pass out and come back to consciousness. And he would pass out and come back to consciousness. And on one occasion, he came back to consciousness and he asked Aisha, "Oh Aisha, is there anything in our house of value?" She said, "Ya Rasulullah, I have a few dinarans or dirhams. I have a few dollars. I have a few pounds. I have a few coins." The Prophet ﷺ said, "Give them away. Give it away." She was silent, and he passed out. He passed out. He went unconscious again. And Aisha, a mother, Aisha, a wife of the Prophet ﷺ, a mother of the believers, a woman, she thought like a woman. Maybe I should hold that money. It's just a small amount of money. If something happens, I will have something. And when the Prophet ﷺ became conscious again, the first thing he said, "Oh Aisha, what did you do with that money?" She said, "Ya Rasulullah, wallahi, I was holding it because I was afraid if something should happen." He said, "Oh Aisha, what will Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam do? What will he do if he dies and he leaves this world, leaving some property? So, oh Aisha, give it away, please give it." Yet he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "The best of you is those who are best to his family, to his wives, and I am the best of you to his family." Evidently, he didn't mean the best of you is he who leaves the most money to them, because he didn't leave anything. He left it upon the Muslims to take care of their mothers, because his wives, they were the mothers of the believers. And when one of the wives of the Prophet ﷺ came to Abu Bakr and said, "Ya Abu Bakr, you should give to us an allowance from the Bayt al-Mal. The Prophet ﷺ have passed away and we are his wives. You should give to us an allowance." Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, "No, you have no right to any allowance from the Bayt al-Mal. This is the money of the Muslims. But you are our mothers and we will take care of our mothers." O Muslims, O non-Muslims, think about this kind of man. Have you heard of such a man? Have you ever seen such a man? Have you read about such a man? Never. You cannot even imagine this kind of man. He never abused his family. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu an, Ibn Abbas radiallahu an, Abu Huraira radiallahu an, all of those, Zayd ibn Harith radiallahu an, all of those who served the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who served him. They said in his entire life, he never said to us, oof. When we did something, he never said, oof. No, he always was gentle. And he was always generous. And when someone asked him for something, he gave everything to them, never caring about himself. And the Prophet ﷺ, he used to sleep on a mat, like that mat on the floor. Only thing, it was made from palm fiber, from dried grass. And that's how he slept, on a dirt floor with no furniture in his house. And one day, Umar ibn al-Khattab entered the house of the Prophet ﷺ and saw that he was sleeping on the dirt floor. And Umar, he said, Ya Rasulullah, the kings, the emperors in the earth, in Persia, in Byzantium, in Habash, all over the world, these kings, they are not like you. Oh Rasulullah, you can have better than this. And the Prophet dismissed him and said, they have what they have been given, and I have what I have been given. Raditu billahi rabba. I am pleased with what Allah has given to me. And any one of you that says, Raditu billahi rabba wa bil islami dina wa bi Muhammadan Rasulullah nabiyya, Allah will also be pleased with you. And one morning when the Prophet ﷺ woke up, and his back had marks in it from that dry mat that he used to lay down on, his wife, she said, tonight I will make him more comfortable. So she doubled it for him. And when the Prophet ﷺ slept that night, he overslept for the prayer in the morning. And he said, what happened? She said, Ya Rasulullah, I made the mat a little bit softer for you. He said, don't do it. You disturbed my morning prayer. This was the man. Ya Rasulullah, the Prophet always defended the weak and the poor, even when he was a young boy. He joined a pact in Mecca called Hilf al-Fudul, a party of people pledging themselves to do defense for the poor, for the weak, for the sick, for the elderly. He joined that pact. So he was doing social work when he was a young boy, like one of these young boys sitting in front of us. Yet he was not a prophet or a messenger at that time. This was the man. A man that received revelation, a man that received inspiration directly from the Almighty through that great spirit called Jibreel.